Hey everybody, Amy Shadow Dragon 1 here. How are y'all doing? There's been a lot of crud and flu and stuff going around, so I hope you're all healthy. And if you've been sick, I hope you're on the mend and that you're feeling better soon. We've had the crud go through our house and everybody's on the mend now, so if you've been sick, I feel for you because it has not been fun the last few weeks around here for us. But that being said, it is March and Pi Day is around the corner. If you're not familiar with Pi Day, it is pi as in pi, the mathematical concept of pi, which is actually a never ending decimal, but in its most simplest form it is accepted to be 3.14. So March 14th, Pi Day. And to celebrate Pi Day, geocaching.com is giving you opportunities for up to 3 souvenirs. So the catch is it has to be a mystery slash puzzle type geocache. So between March 13th and 15th, you have an opportunity to get 3 souvenirs. You can earn the first one just by logging a single mystery cache. Just got to find one. To get the second souvenir, you have to find 3 of them. And from the article I read, it jumps up quite a bit for the third souvenir to 14 geocaches that you have to find if you want that third souvenir. That being said, you have time. I recommend solve them ahead of time if you're interested in doing this. Puzzle caches can be a hard thing for a lot of people. Now, your challenge caches, as they are technically the mystery cache icon, they also would qualify you for this. So maybe you have some challenge caches that you can go find in order to get these souvenirs. Otherwise, you're going to have to solve the puzzles. And this is one that is hard to do. I've been wanting to do a puzzle cache solving, how to solve them episode for a long while, but it's so hard to sort out because there are so many different types of puzzles out there, and it's not easy to just do a single episode on it. So we're just going to cover some tools here that you can use to maybe help you find the answers that you're looking for. So first of all, if you're struggling solving puzzles, maybe you're newer to it, start with the lower difficulty ratings and ease yourself into it. For me, the hardest part of it is even figuring out what the puzzle is. That's half the battle. Sometimes that's the hardest part of the battle. And it can be really tricky. There are a lot of different blogs and videos and books out there for solving puzzle caches, but you have to be able to identify it first. So if you're struggling with even where to start, if you've looked at it and you've tried and you don't even know where to start, there are some puzzle cache solving groups on Facebook that if you post the link to the cache you're trying to solve, people might be able to give you a nudge or a hint in the right direction to help you out. Now, I have done it myself, and people can be quite vague in their hints, in my opinion, as they're not wanting to give you away too much. And that can be frustrating because sometimes I just want to be told what type of puzzle it is so I can go solve it. But that's not always going to be the case of what you get. But there are a lot of great tools out there. Google's going to be your friend. You'll find all kinds of books at your local library about ciphers and coding and puzzles and different things like that. So that's an option. Geocachingtoolbox.com is a great tool that you can use. It has a bunch of different links for different ciphers and different code tables and a lot of different tools to help you sort out these puzzle caches. So I recommend checking that out. A lot of people find it easier to do your puzzle solving using your computer instead of trying to use your phone. So you have a bigger screen, you can have more tabs open, it's easier. Maybe a notebook to write down stuff in, a little old school, as you might say. Excuse me. But yeah, it's not impossible, but yeah, if you're like me, you might be struggling to solve some of these puzzle caches. So it might be good, if you're part of your local geocaching community, reach out. My local one is Slaga. You can reach out to your community on Facebook or email or whatever and say, hey, I'm wanting to do this. I'm having trouble. Can anybody help me? And geocachers, we tend to be a friendly bunch. Somebody will probably be happy to help you. So if you're planning on doing this, I wish you the best of luck, especially if you're going for all three, because that 14 is going to be a tough one, especially if you don't have a lot of puzzle caches in your area. You might end up having to drive a bit to get them. But I do like that geocaching.com is putting out new souvenir opportunities. If you look at the articles online, it'll show you kind of a little preview of the souvenir icon display, and it's different pieces of pie depending on which level souvenir you get. So that's kind of cute. But good luck with solving those puzzles. If you have tips for solving puzzle caches, I'd love to hear them, so feel free to reach out by email or Facebook or Instagram and let me know your tips for puzzle solving. In other news, I'm excited to share with you, I did a little project. If you're watching the video, you can see here the book. It's called Geocaching Prompts, and it is a geocaching journal. This one is a little different, though. Instead of just being a blank journal, it has a prompt on each page of the type of geocache to find. And it does have all the different fizzy grid combinations, but it also has things like find an adventure lab, or drop a trouble bug into a cache, or find a cache of a certain size. Or this one is find a cache that has dogs allowed attribute assigned to it. I just had this idea that maybe it'd be fun to put something like this out there, maybe for newer cachers who aren't quite sure, what to try, or maybe for somebody that's in a bit of a rut with your geocaching and you're trying to figure out something new to do. We've talked about journals on here before with Scouter74. He has 3 geocaching journals that we've talked about. He had the kids one, your geocaching journal one, and your geocaching geocachers, where you could log when you meet new geocachers, which is fun and different. There's a lot of geocaching journals out there on Amazon, and they're typically all blank with information that you can fill out and stuff. This one has the information, the GC code, the date, name, location, a place for your notes, but the biggest difference is it has that prompt up there at the top of going and finding a certain type of cache or a certain DT combination or attribute assigned to it. Just something a little different to put out there. It's on Amazon if you're interested. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think it's set price for $7.99, and I'm going to be completely upfront with you. This is not about making money. With the price point for the self-publishing on Amazon, and when they take their fees from it, I make 48 cents a book. If you buy it, I get 48 cents. I bought my own book, so I'll get 48 cents back on this. So it's not about making money. It's about putting out something different for the community. So if you're interested, you can check that out. If you have a geocaching journal that you've used that you really enjoy, I'd like to hear what it is. I mean, you can just simply use just a plain old notebook. I've done that before myself. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. But if you're looking for maybe something a little different, or something to get a newer geocacher, there's an option, geocaching prompts. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I've got another project that I'm working on that's geocaching related that I will hopefully be able to tell you all about soon. I'm not going to give you the details just yet, but it's in the works. Haven't worked on it much lately because, like I said, we had the crud go through our house, and you can still hear it a little bit in my voice. I'm doing much better, but there was about 3 weeks of not wanting to do anything. So, as you all have been sick before, you can relate, I'm sure. But that's what's up right now with the podcast and the latest geocaching news, which is the Pi Day souvenirs. So if you're after those, I wish you the best of luck. And I hope you get them all. And if you're in part of the Facebook group, I hope you post your pictures of your finds that you used to get the souvenir. And remember, that's going from March 13th to 15th. So you have a couple of days to solve those puzzles ahead of time and a couple of days to go out there and find them. So hopefully we have some decent weather so that you're able to go do that. That's all I've got for you for today. You all take care. I hope you're staying healthy or that you're getting better soon if you've been sick. Be safe out there, everybody.